You were unfaithful and now you want another chance. And part of you is terrified that you may have lost everything you have with your partner. But on the other hand, you know that changes need to be made in the relationship, and it's not just your changes, changes from both of you. So where do you begin? Today we're discussing exactly what to do to begin laying that groundwork for an indestructible relationship with your partner. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily. I'm a marriage therapist associate specializing in helping couples online with the same challenges I see every day in my private practice. You may be looking around you and really feel like your life is in shambles right now. And I want to help you understand that there are a lot of people who are going through this. In fact, according to the University of Utah, 20 to 25% of married men will be unfaithful at some point in the relationship, and 10 to 15% of married women will be unfaithful in their relationship. So you're not alone. And I want to reiterate that really you're not alone. There are many, many people who are also picking up the pieces of the regretful choices that they've made. And it's easy to think about that statistic and imagine other people being unfaithful, but those people, many of them, have also walked through the muck and the mire that you're walking through right now. You might feel full of shame, full of disgust and confusion and contempt for yourself. And there are many, many people who have walked that path and been able to reconnect with their partner for something better than they ever had before. In fact, you might have even lost support of your friends, your family. Perhaps if you have kids, you might have lost even their affection for the time being. I'm here to tell you that it's going to be okay. Yes, it will take work. I can't guarantee that your spouse will come back to you, but I can say the work you do is going to transform you, and it will provide you with the number one best chance of transforming your relationship into something that is admired by your spouse, by you, and by the world around you when they see what you've done. You can do this, and today I'm going to show you how. In the Gottman method of couples therapy, there are 3 phases to a fair recovery: atone, attune, attach. The first phase is the atone phase, and essentially it's about 3 things. 1, providing empathy for your partner's PTSD symptoms, and also simultaneously and separately soothing your own shame in a healthy and effective way. Number 2, offering full transparency in your actions and your whereabouts, and that's a practical thing. And 3, honestly answering questions with an abundance of detail. Atone is probably the hardest part because it requires a change in how you think about sharing vulnerably, and requires learning new skills of empathizing with yourself and your partner. And this first stage really takes a lot of growth. And the fact of the matter is, many, many, many times there are pre-existing issues within the relationship. But now isn't the time to discuss them. They will be discussed later, and I want to give you assurance of that. But the issue now is if you begin to discuss them, it'll put them sort of on your partner, and then that might be insinuated that that's what caused the affair. And if there's any sense of blame on your partner that they caused the affair, really there's nothing that will be more alienating to your partner and more likely of disintegrating your relationship. So we don't want to get into that quite yet. So how do we provide empathy for your partner and for yourself? Well, it's very, very challenging because, well, how do you hold extreme shame over here and provide empathy for your partner's sadness and anger simultaneously? Now is truly the time to learn how to be empathic to your spouse's pain. The affair caused the pain. So there's a natural reaction of knowing you need to apologize, and taking responsibility makes you feel like garbage because it's simultaneously shaming you. So what most people do is they take responsibility by agreeing that they deserve to be shamed, basically. And this looks like, wow, yeah, I know I'm really a piece of garbage. Yeah, lay it on me. I'll accept it all. I'm really accepting what a piece of garbage I am because I deserve it. And it's kind of this shame approach to reconciliation. The problem with that is that you can't actually take that for very long. You can only take so much of that until you want to defend yourself, and you become defensive, and out comes, well, you haven't even looked at me in the last 2 years. You don't care about me anymore. If you're holding your shame, you'll likely want to self-soothe and comfort yourself through what I'll call reactionary self-soothing. These are essentially ineffective ways to help yourself feel better in the moment. When you're in reactionary self-soothing, you may be loathing yourself, I'm a piece of garbage, but that eventually turns into defensiveness or criticism of your partner. You cannot sit in that and expect your relationship to heal. The problem is that your partner's sadness probably is a trigger for your shame. If you're holding your partner's sadness, it very quickly turns into shame, which may trigger your reactionary self-soothing. So it's a bit of a self-defeating cycle, but there is a solution. This is key to healing your relationship. In fact, the degree to which you can do this, I would argue, is the degree to which your relationship will heal. So how are you going to hold your partner's sadness and anger without going into the reactionary or negative self-soothing? How does this even work? You can comfort yourself knowing that you will address your shame and that all people make mistakes. We are all human. We have all made a long string of mistakes. You have, I have, everyone has. This will be something to continually remind yourself. And of course, that's going to be a challenge. But perhaps with meditation or looking deeper into your faith, if you have one, and what your faith says about shame. When you're hearing your partner's pain, though, in this moment, you are connecting with your spouse and hearing their hard emotions. This is nearly impossible if they are criticizing or condemning you. You'll both go into that cycle that I described of criticism and condemnation. You'll attempt to soothe your partner by agreeing that you're scum, criticism, self-loathing, but then inevitably need to soothe yourself. And when you do that, many times you're going to use criticism, withdrawal, contempt. And that in that time, your partner feels alone. So then they proceed with criticism and condemnation. So make sure your partner watches this video, which I will link below, called "My Partner Cheated on Me and Wants Me Back." If they watch that, that'll really help them understand the shame and the criticism and condemnation element, which is vitally important for the both of you. Remember, when you feel defensiveness, irritation, or anger rising up, it's time to take a break so you can soothe yourself in an effective way. You get to be the healer for this wound. And one way that you will do that is through empathy. Now, I want to clarify, you're not going to be the healer for the entire relationship. Undoubtedly, there were many problems, many problems, and those need to get worked out. It wasn't just all you that caused all of these problems. Those things do need to get addressed. But that's the next phase. You're going to be the healer for this specific wound, taking responsibility for your choice to act out in this way. You have power in this. You're not powerless. In fact, no one in the world has more power to heal this part of your relationship than you. And it comes by holding your partner's pain. That's where your power is going to be. Yes, your actions cause the pain, but that is not the end of your story. Now you get to rise up and become the person you were made to be. You get another chance at life, and that second chance is not dependent on your partner. It's who you decide to be, who you were made to be. Someone who can deeply connect with another person, even in the midst of their own sadness, which most people could never dream of doing. I promise you, if you choose to be a person who increases your skills in empathy and compassion, you will feel more powerful than you ever thought possible. The next step is transparency in your actions, your whereabouts, and learning how to answer all of your spouse's questions. Click here for the second part of that video detailing exactly how to walk through those with your partner. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this sort of content, hit the link on the screen for more videos or in the description. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.